let's talk about types of analysis. So what I'm going to do with this is talk about the commonest and simplest tests that you're likely to come across, and also that you might want to use. And again, a lot of this time it depends why you're using statistics. If you're doing a very statistical piece of work, so my PhD, for example, was looking at bone density measurements on 1,200 women over 10 years. So that's really statistical, and I was able to do some quite sophisticated tests with that. But that's all I did. I didn't have any qualitative element to it at all. I don't know what it's like in everybody else's disciplines, but certainly in healthcare there seems to be a trend these days to do mixed methods, so qualitative and quantitative. And the question I always ask is, well, what does either one bring? Because unless you do both really well, you're going to upset someone. So if you don't do the statistics really well, you'll upset an examiner who understands statistics and goes, you've missed a point here. If you don't do the qualitative stuff really well, or you don't have enough space to do the qualitative stuff really well because you've taken up half of it doing statistics, you're going to irritate the qualitative people. So why I chose these is, if you are going to do a quantitative element, this is probably the level of test you want to restrain yourself to, because if you get sidetracked in all the exciting stuff, like multivariate regression and things like that, suddenly your thesis is turning into a quantitative thesis. So if you are doing mixed methods, these are probably the tests that you're going to stick to, because what's really important from that point of view is the qualitative stuff that supports it. So that's why I haven't got into anything a bit more cool. This was the questionnaire. I talked to you about doing the questionnaire. This is the questionnaire I gave to 78 of my colleagues. And you can see it's really, really simple, but I chose it because it's got nominal, categorical and ordinal data on there. So when you wash your hair in the shower, do you face away from the water, yes or no? So that's nominal, isn't it? You're putting a name on yourself. Do you take shampoo and conditioner bottles from hotels even if you don't need them? Nominal. Do you occasionally dance even if there's no music playing, yes or no? Nominal. How do you feel about statistics? Love them, they terrify me, I have no feelings one way or the other, hate them. What do you think about John Barrowman? Well, we all love him, don't we? Love him, he's okay, I never think about him, can't stand him, who? And it was really interesting because although I've just talked about going into collecting data objectively, my colleagues obviously knew this had come from me. And so when I was getting answers to question 5 that were either can't stand him or I never think about him, my colleagues were writing underneath, I'm really sorry, Carol. Well, that's very sweet, thank you. Breakfast is the most important meal of the day. Strongly agree, agree, unsure, disagree, strongly disagree. And then we've got how many pairs of shoes do you own, how far away from work do you live, how many pets have you owned in a lifetime, and are you male or female? So we've got nominal, we've got categorical, and we've got ratio data on there. I deliberately only gave 4 options to question 4, because there is a big debate about this, particularly with Likert scales. So if you look at question 6 with the strongly agree, agree, unsure, disagree, strongly disagree, that's the convention most people use. The danger with that, though, is that people will just tick unsure all the time. Whereas if you've got only 4 options, so how do you feel about statistics? I love them, they terrify me, I have no feelings one way or the other, or I hate them. People can't sit on the fence, they have to make a choice. And again, it depends on the questions you're asking, how you create that.